Here we have a binomial distribution لأنه the probability for each try is 4/9. بمعنى here we have we try to do this action in 4 times, then n is equal 4 and p equals 4/9. Okay, it's a binomial distribution with n and p, binomial distribution with n and p. As you know, it's a binomial distribution. Then what is the requested? The probability that the coin will come up exactly twice, assume trial are independent. Then we request the probability to have twice, then the probability exactly twice, then the probability of x. The requested is the probability of x equals, then to summarize, we have a binomial distribution when n equals 4 and p equals 4/9, and we request the probability of x equals 2. The probability of x equals 2 equal what? إذا من خلال ال n we can evaluate it. I can write it. It's written here, then no need to redo it. It's a formula. The probability of x equals 2 or equals any real number between any natural number between 0 and 4. Here it's equal 4 combination 2 p to the power 4 divided by 9 squared times 1 minus p squared. Then p equals 4/9 and n equals 4 and x equals 2. Then this is إذا تبغوا I can write the general formula is equals k is equal n k n combination k p to the power k times 1 minus p to the power k. This is the general formula. Obviously here we apply it once n equals 4 and p equals 4/9. Why? Because we have to do the action in 4 times. That means n equals 4 and the probability is equal 4/9. Then it's a binomial distribution. And why x equal 2? Because we have to have exactly twice. Twice بمعنى we have x equals exactly 2. Then k equals 2, n equals 4, and p equals 4/9. إذا نحاول نمر Here we have the same problem, but here the requested is the expected value. The expected value بمعنى المين is equal E of x is equal n times p, which is equal 4 times 4/9. طبعا 4 times 4/9 is equal maybe 16/9. I'm sorry بالنسبة للمثال قبل I have to evaluate this expression. طبعا it's equal 0.366 as he said. We can try to evaluate it. Then this is the expected value, as we can see here. P equal 4/9, n equal 4, then E of x is equal, once we have a binomial, the expected value is equal n times p, then it's equal like that. أديكم 3 دقائق حاولوا تفكروا في الموضوع هذا and we are going to solve it together. 3 دقائق 3 minutes just. Know the value of n and the value of p, which is done. في بعض الكتب تجدوا الشباب instead of تجد q. طبعا it can root n p q. What is q? q is equal 1 minus p. طبعا في بعض الكتب حتى أو في كثير من الأماكن تجد q n p q instead of n p 1 minus p. q is equal 1 minus p. just to have idea. But here the requested is the standard deviation, then we have to take its square root. Okay, زي ما تلاحظوا this is n, this is p, this is q or 1 minus p. Is it clear?
Yes.
Then here the question, which one is a binomial distribution? Which of the following is a binomial distribution? Here the number of customers that enter a store in 1 hour period, assuming customer enter independently. Then here each trial is independent and we have to evaluate the number of customers. Okay, is it a binomial distribution? What is the number of trial here? We have idea? من محاولة هنا في شباب.
ما هي
ما في محاولات، ما في number. Then what about the second one?
A second one.
كم number؟ إذا the first one it's not true. لأنه what is the number of trial? We don't have any idea. كم من محاولة here؟
100 محاولة.
100 multiple question.
Okay, the number of questions you get correct in choice in which as بس الإشكال here he said assume you have studied extensively. بمعنى أنت درست كويس وتعرف الإجابات. متى يكون لما تدي إجابات randomly. Here he said we know the answer, then we have to fix it. معناتها متى يكون binomial distribution لما تكون الإجابة randomly. بس here قال لك درست كويس. إذا you studied extensively بمعنى درست بطريقة جيدة. That means you know the answer. Then we have to choose the requested. We don't have any. Then maybe the correct answer is none of the above. لأنه بالنسبة للأولى ما في number of trial وبالنسبة للثانية probability is not randomly. Then we know the صح في number of trial which is 100 بس ما حتدي إجابة randomly لأنه درست enough. Then we can answer correctly without any problem. That's why maybe the correct answer is C. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Here we have 20 MSQ once again, and we have 4 proposals for each one. Okay, إذا هنا the answer is randomly لأنه we assume يحاول يدي إجابة randomly. Okay, إذا here what is the probability to have more than 40 points? كل سؤال من 5 درجات. What is the probability to have 40 points? To have 40 points, that means the probability to have more than 8 correct answers. Then the probability, the probability, I don't understand. The probability to have more than 8 لأنه حتى يكون معي 40 نقطة I need 8 correct answers. Then the probability of x more than 8. When x is a binomial, ليه binomial شباب؟ لأنه here we have n equal 20, it's a binomial. When n equal 20, and the probability is equal 1 over 4 لأنه الإجابة حتكون randomly. Okay, and I request I have to evaluate the probability of x more than 8. كيف نجدها هنا؟ by the way شباب ممكن ما تحدثنا كثير على التيبل related على الباينوميال، بس في تيبل موجود يهم الباينوميال اللي يديني القيم هذا، لأنه هي the first way is to evaluate probability of x equals 8 plus probability of x equals 9 plus 10 and so on. إذا الإجابة هي it's equal probability of x equals 8 plus probability of x equals 9 plus probability of x equals 10 and so on until probability of x equal 20. إذا من 8 إلى 20 from 8 until 20. Then this is what should I do. إذا طبعا it's a little bit complicated, but once we use this table لما نرجع للجدول اللي موجود على البلاك بورد okay, once we use this table this is the table C. In table C, we have binomial probability. That means in this table, we have probability of x equals k when a equals 2, when a equals 3, when n equals 4, for some particular probability. لما p تساوي 0.01 until 0.09. إذا الجدول هذا طبعا ما في كل الحلول، بس في البارتيكولار فاليوز بالنسبة للبي وللان. إذا احنا في وضع n equal 20. n equal 20 it's here. This is n equal 20. البي equal كم شباب معنا؟ هل أنه 0.01؟ لا. It's not here. It's 0.25 لأنه I said we have 4 proposal, then I have to use this table. ليه this table؟ لأنه here n equal 20 and p equal 1 over 4. Then I have to use this column. Probability of x more than 8, more than or equals 8. Then I have to use the following. من 8, this is 8 maybe. الأولى 7, الأولى 7. I'm sorry. I have to remove the first one. I have to start in 8. إذا من هذا ال 8 صح؟ من 0.06 صح؟ This is 8. This is probability of x equal 8. This is probability of x equal 9. Probability of x equal 10. Probability of x equal 11. Probability of x equals 12. بالنسبة للباقي فاضيين لأنه it's 0. It's around 0. طبعا هنا يكتب 4 أعداد بعد الفاصلة لأنه ما يكتب ولا شيء هنا لأنه اللي تحت هو تقريبا 0. أوكي؟ لأنه يجي عدد صغير مرة. That's why we can ignore it. بمعنى يمكن تجاهله لأنه it's small enough. By the way, then here we have to start in 8. Okay. Then we start here من 0.6 until النهاية. لأنه هنا زي ما تلاحظوا الشباب ولا شيء بمعنى something small enough. بمعنى صغير مرة أقل من 0.001. بمعنى بأربع أعداد بعد الفاصلة it's equal 0 once we write it like that. إذا الجدول هذا you can use it in order to I'm sorry, it's not this one. I have to use once p is equal 0.25. That means this is p and I have to use نبدأ من 0.0609 لأنه this is probability of x equal 8. I have probability. Thanks to this table, I have probability equal probability of x equal 8 is equal 0.6. I'm sorry, 0.0609. Then as you can see here, it's equal 0.0609. Then this is the probability. طبعا of 9 I have to add لأنه قلنا من 8 إلى 20. بس the probability of 9 is equal 0.0271 and so on. هنا تلاحظوا في الأعداد الموجودة هنا. ليه اخترت الكولن هذه؟ لأنه this column is related to the case P equal 1 over 4 and N equal 20. اخترنا الجدول هذا والكولن هذا لأنه هذا المطلوب، لأنه احنا في وضع we studied the case N equal 20 and P equal 1 over 4. That's all. I hope it's clear. If it's the case, then طبعا after computation we obtain maybe the correct answer is B, which is natural لأنه لما ننظر للتيبل من A شباب طبعا أقل من 10%، لأنه تلاحظوا كل القيم صغيرة، أقل من 6%، 2 أو 3%، 1%. إذا القيم صغيرة maybe لما نجمعها نجد 12% or 11 كم نجد something like 10.19%. إذا that's why the correct answer is إذا here we have 2 points. The first one is the requested is the probability of x more than 8 when x is a binomial distribution. I'm sorry, when n equals 20 and P equal 1 over 4. After that, in order to evaluate this, I have to go back to the table and to in order to تفضل.
ليش قلنا 1 على 4؟
لأنه هنا عندي 4 احتمالات A B C D. أنت لما يكون معك اختبار أنه يكون صح، لما تجاوب تدي إجابة بالحظ هي 1 على 4.
أوكي.
فهمت علي؟ لأنه في 4 احتمالات A B C D.
واضح.
أوكي. إذا نمر للnext one. إذا نمر this problem here. أديكم دقيقتين 3 فكروا بعض الشيء في هذا. 2 minutes. Okay, then what about here? Here we have this is slide 40. Here we have okay. Then here we have a part of permission. Then the probability. Then P is equal 0.2 to P is equal 0.2. N is equal 100. And what we know P hat is approximately a normal distribution. Once we have P and N, we know P hat is approximately a normal distribution when its mean is P and P, which is 0.2, and its standard deviation is what? Is a root P times 1 minus P divided by N. Taban, that means here it's P. Instead, we can write P instead of 0.2. But by the way, P equals 0.2. Then that's why, then to summarize, here we have an idea about P, that means the proportion of success for the population, which is 0.2. And here we take 100, the size is 100. And here the question, what about if hat? If P hat? P hat is approximately a normal distribution when its mean is P and its standard deviation is root P times 1 minus P divided by N. That's why maybe the correct answer is B. Okay, ليه؟ لأنه P hat is given by this normal distribution P and the standard deviation is root P times 1 minus P divided by N. That's why it's like that. Then the normal distribution is its mean is 0.2 and its standard deviation is 0.04. I don't know if it's clear or not. Then we have to apply this formula. Once we have a population, when its proportion P is 0.2, the probability of success is 0.2. هنا يشتري البضاعة بعد التذوق. Here it's 0.2. Okay, then the probability of success is 0.2, and the number the size of the sample is 100. Then here, if P hat is the proportion of the next 100 shopper, بمعنى المشترين المية اللي حيجيوا الحين. Then what about P hat? Approximately P hat is a normal distribution when its mean is 0.2 and its standard deviation is given by this one. Then طبعا this is the formula. It was studied in a lecture. Here P hat is a normal distribution, is approximately a normal distribution when its mean is like that and its standard deviation is given by this formula. Here, let's move to the next question. Here we have the same problem, but what is the probability that fewer than 30% buy? Then the probability of P hat less than 0.3. Okay, we know it's the same. Here we have the same problem like the slide before. Then what about P hat? I said P hat is a normal distribution when its mean maybe it was 0.2 and its standard deviation is 0.04. Then once again, we go back to chapter 1. Here we have a normal distribution. We know the expected value and the standard deviation. Then obviously we can evaluate easily probability of P hat less than 0.3. it's equal probability of Z less than 0.3 minus 0.2 divided by 0.04. Obviously, we can evaluate this thanks to the table, and we can prove it's equal maybe 0. I think this one. The correct answer is B. Okay, and we obtain something like 2.5, and 2.5 is 0.99. لأنه في الجدول probability of Z less than 2.5 is equal 0.99. I hope it's clear. Then let's move to the next one. This is the answer. Okay. طبعا here once we studied p hat, the mean of p hat is 0.2. That's why the correct answer is here is 0.2. بمعنى أكثر شيء تيجي هي 0.2 لأنه it's a normal distribution when its mean is 0.2. That's why the correct answer maybe here it's clear it's 0.2. بمعنى أغلب الاحتمالات تيجي على 0.2. Here maybe we go back to the binomial distribution. بقي معي 5 دقائق. نحاول نسوي أهم الأمثلة. إذن here once again it's a binomial distribution because he said the probability to win is equal 0.2 and we buy 10 tickets. That means we try to do the same thing in 10 times. What is the probability that at least 2 of them are winners? Then the probability of X is more than 2 is equal at least 2. Then the probability of X is more than 2 is equal what? What should I do in order to evaluate this? Maybe here n equal 10 and p is equal 0.2. The probability that at least 2 of them are winners. Then x is more than 0.2. طبعا here I have to use the table. N equal 10 and p equal 0.2. Where is 10? إذا نرجع للجدول هنا. This is 10 and p equal 0.2. p equal 0.2 في أي مكان. Here حنستعمل this is the case n equal 10 and p equal as I said 0.2. Then this is I have just to remove these values. That means I have to remove all, the total is equal 1. Then here we have 2 ways. إما تحسب remaining part بمعنى من 0.3 until النهاية until the end. Here this is 0.2. This is n equal 10. Then نبدأ من 2 إلى إما نجمع الأعداد اللي في الدائرة هنا this numbers, or we can see easily it's equal. It's something like 63% or something like that. لأنه الميسنج بارت هما 10% و 27%. let's see. إذا 10 مع 27 يجيو الجزء المتبقي هو 37%. إذا الأغلب على الظن الإجابة. by the way يمكن نجمع الأعداد هذا باستعمال الكالكوليتر، حنجدو something like ما أعرف كم 60%. إذا maybe الإجابة هي 62%. لما نسوي الشغل نحسب الأعداد صح. إذا زي ما قلت هنا نجمع الأعداد اللي في الدائرة هنا حنجد 62% أعتقد 0.0625. That's why the correct answer is B. إذا ناخذ بريك وبعد بريك نرجع نسوي مثالين أو ثلاثة من هذا الأمثلة المهمة. Exactly here زي ما لاحظتوا الشباب اكتب it's equal 1 minus الميسنج اللي هما هذوما الاثنين. That's why we obtained 62%. إذا نحاول نسوي أمثلة مختلفة هنا نفس الطريقة. nothing new. أوكي إذا نبدأ من هنا إن شاء الله نسوي مثالين ثلاثة في الساعة الثانية. ناخذ بريك 10 دقائق ونرجع بعد البريك. last outcomes اللي هو هي اللي درسناه في المحاضرة أنه once we have a binomial distribution which is the case here because here he said the proportion of defective items is 4% and we have to do this action in 100 times. Then because when n equal it's a binomial, when n equal 100 and p is equal 0.04. Then the question, is it possible to approximate it by a normal distribution? What is the answer? At what time you can approximate it by a binomial distribution? We said we need two hypotheses. The first one is NP is more than 10 and N1 minus P is also more than 10. Then درسنا في المحاضرة اللي مطلوب هو N times P is more than 10 and N times 1 minus P is more than 10. Is it true in this case or not? لما نحسب N times P is it more than 10? N times 1 minus P is more than 10 or not? Maybe the hardest hypothesis is related to the first one. لأنه here we have to verify لأنه P أصغر كثير من 1 minus P. إذا N times P أكبر من N it's من 10 it's done. But here what about N times P شباب? To save N times P. N times P maybe is times 0.04. Then it's less than 10, it's equal 4, it's less than 10, then the correct answer is no. We cannot approximate it by a normal distribution. As I said, at what time you can approximate it? Once the first hypothesis and the second one are true. That means since here, once we check the first one, it's wrong because N times P is equal 4 in this case. That's why we cannot approximate it by a normal distribution. Is it clear? إذا لما تكون عندي binomial distribution, we have to check the first hypothesis and the second one in order to approximate it by a normal distribution. Then in this case, it's wrong. That's why the correct answer is B. As you can see here. Here it's something, it's very easy, nothing new. Here, once again, it's the same thing, it's nothing important. We have some repetition. Okay, then it's all for this worksheet لأنه الأسئلة المتبقية هي نفس النوع ما في أشياء جديدة.